Hi, I'm Josiah,
And I'm Elizabeth.
and this is Worth Watching.
So this is the second Hercules movie to come out this year.
And thankfully, this one does not star any of the kids from Twilight.
Hello and welcome to this episode of Worth Watching. Today we're reviewing Hercules, starring Dwayne Johnson.
Alright, so the plot of this movie is actually not at all what I thought it was going to be. I won't give away too much, but essentially, you think you know the story of Hercules. That's not what this story is. What you see in the trailer is really not what the story is. Hercules in this movie is kind of a different guy than what you're expecting, and the whole plot is very different than what you're thinking. I don't want to spoil it for you, so I'll just say that.
So everything the trailer showed about this movie, normally trailers give like everything away, but it was really in the beginning. They only gave a few scenes from the beginning, and it wasn't anything like important. You're like, oh man, they just totally gave that away. So when you go into the movie, not everything's ruined because the trailer didn't spoil much.
Right, and that's the thing, is that literally, like, the trailer looks like it shows half the action sequences in the movie. It really only shows pretty much verbatim the first 3 minutes of the movie, and then like one little clip from some stuff later in the movie. And yeah, the plot is, again, like I said earlier, not what you really are expecting. Hercules is not who you are expecting. I mean, it is Dwayne Johnson, in case you're wondering.
So speaking of Dwayne Johnson, he is not the kind of person I would put as Hercules. Like, of course, the Disney character, he's like redhead, pale, and this is like the complete opposite. He's like dark and tan, and he did a really good job, but I would not have put him as Hercules.
Yeah, he's not what you're expecting, when you think of the character of Hercules. But again, this whole movie's really not what you're expecting. I think that he fit the role of Hercules that this movie had really well. Another person who I thought was really great in this movie, Ian McShane, was really good. He plays one of Hercules' sort of comrades. Another actor, I don't know his name and don't know the name of the character, but he's like Hercules' right-hand guy, like sort of the second in command among this group of comrades that he has. His character is great, and really all of the comrades that he has each have their own well-defined little characters. Even though you don't get to know them particularly well throughout the movie, you can instantly really see like who they are as a character, and you get little bits of backstory in each of them, and they all sort of stand up and hold and pull their own weight as characters in the movie.
So the one thing that bothered me a lot in this movie was like the scenery, like the buildings and stuff like were made of rocks, and like they were very obviously fake, and when things would crumble, it was just like you could tell the rocks were fake, and it just looked awful.
Yeah, the other thing that kind of shone through for me that it didn't look great was in a lot of the battle sequences there would be people who were not, like, visibly not getting hit by anything, but still falling over. And it happened a couple times in the movie where I was like, that's really obvious that that person just fell over because they were told to fall over. Like, and that's something that really bothers me because it takes me out of things. And that the problem was that I thought that for the most part, a lot of the action they had in here was really cool and sort of fun and a little stylized, just something fun to see Hercules just whooping people, but there was stuff where there's just these moments where you're like, that's really fake looking. And I think no one's really going to claim that this is like a great movie or like an Oscar-worthy movie at all, but it's just supposed to be kind of a fun ride. And I think something that makes it kind of a little more fun than it would be otherwise is that there is actually some humor in the movie that actually works quite well and is pulled off actually relatively well overall.
And there was like 3 or 4 moments where we laughed, and it was all because of a certain character.
Yeah, Ian McShane's character.
Yeah.
So with all that in mind, what would you rate this movie on a scale of A through F?
I'd have to give this movie a D, but like a higher D, because it wasn't boring. It was still enjoyable, but I wouldn't go see it again. No.
Yeah, I'm going to give the movie a high C, so one above you, because again, I actually enjoyed the movie overall. Again, I would never really watch it again. I wouldn't per se recommend it, but I thought it was fun. It's kind of stupid, mindless, but it's entertaining, and it's short too. It's only like a little over an hour and a half long. You're not going to waste your whole evening watching this if you do go see it.
Thanks for watching this episode of Worth Watching.
Remember to like the video if you like it, comment down below on your thoughts on Hercules, and of course subscribe if you want to see more. Bye.